Find your shadow facts, 20% off select mounts and more. Now through March 21st. That is delightful. And okay. Hi everybody, it's Big Ed Mustafa. Welcome to Adventures After Dark. And tonight we are going to continue the adventures of my namesake character, Big Ed Mustafa on Crick Hollow. He's a guardian, he's level 76, and he's currently tearing it up in Rohan. And if the stars align and he be willing, we might even get a special appearance from Zinger. He's got a hunter who's about the same level who's been running with me. And if he's got nothing better to do on a Friday night, maybe he'll pop by. Maybe not. We'll make the best of it either way, though. We are at the Trader's Outpost. Merchants, not turncoats. Let's get some of that awesome Rohirric music going. Fantastic. All right. Ooh, fish. And lots of stuff in my packs. No big surprise there. I think I picked up the quests before I logged off. We can just keep right on rolling. Who knew? I'm glad to be back. I would have liked to have been streaming last Friday, but like many of you, the weekend was interrupted. Thank goodness Standing Stone Games got everything back up and running. Presumably better than ever, which is good to know. I have a bunch of stuff I can sell. Ambusher's End. It's a pretty nice mace. Seem to have a plethora of belts that I am not yet leveling. I might throw one of these away just for fun. What else do we have? Baubles of various effects. So much loot, so little room to store it. That's okay. Let's see what we got for quests. A fair bargain. Convince the merchants to maintain fair prices. Need to collect some wolf pelts. Need to defeat orc ambushers. I wouldn't think that would be too tough. And let's see what else we have for the Norcrofts. Everything's tagged. We're good to go. That's a marauder, not an ambusher.
Hello.
Is that Zinger?
Yep.
How's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. I was just saying there's an offhand chance that if you had nothing better to do on a Friday night, you might make an appearance. Were your ears itching? Did you hear me talking about you?
I must have missed that.
That's okay. I just wandered out of the merchant camp where we left off. Looking for wolves and ambushers and not finding either.
I think they're in the other direction.
Probably.
I think they're all south of the camp.
That's why I like to hang out with Zinger. He's smart.
So how was your week, day, whatever?
Good. I've had a pretty good week, actually. I even logged into Little Ed and burgled a little bit last night. That was nice.
Nice.
Did not cover myself with glory playing with Uger and Gore and Doug Glendower and... I feel bad now, I'm blanking. Who else was playing with us? No, Radiance Music. And, oh, Freelancer. Shame on me for forgetting Freelancer. Freelancer played well. But we had a good night. It was a lot of fun. And started the week off by actually beating Magical Ducky at SC2. That was very memorable. Enjoyed
Sweet.
that. Yeah. Aurora Ember waves at Zinger. And she said, hey, hey, it's Big Ed. Hello, Aurora Ember. Welcome to the stream. Literally, we're in front of a stream, and you're welcome to it. Something magical happened earlier this week. The sun finally came out and we see green grass here in Omaha.
Wow.
Yeah, that's been a dang long time coming, I don't mind telling you. Hopefully sunshine and green grass will be coming to a city near you.
Yeah, it was like in the 70s today, which was very surprising.
Nice.
Or it'll be back in the 40s.
Oh, yeah. I would not at all be surprised to see snow in April. Yay for sunshine, Aurora says. Although I did actually survive something quite hazardous this week. My niece is at a pool party at a hotel. It's her friend Lily's birthday. And Mrs. Mustafa and I took her out swimsuit shopping. I had no idea what an ordeal that is for a 13-year-old girl.
I can imagine.
But we got her fully outfitted for the party, including a new beach towel. Like, you should get a new beach towel, thinking they'd be like $6 or $8. And my wife was like, yeah, you're gonna pay for that. I'm like, yeah, I know, no problem. Yeah, beach towels, $20. Where the hell is a beach towel, $20?
You know, collect water and sand extra well.
Yeah, I guess. Not to mention her swimsuit, if you broke it down by weight, is probably $800 a pound.
You're just lucky she didn't need like other accessories like a hat. You know.
That's true. I don't think it's going to be too sunny inside the hotel. But it was a nice change of pace. I think she was getting tired of going to indoor trampoline park parties. And then you think kids don't listen, you're not an influence on their lives? She wanted to have her birthday party at the pizza arcade. Never been more proud.
So I think there is a quest or two in this.
The ancient tomb.
I don't think it's listed as part of the regular stuff, but I think there's a couple auto-bestowed stuff.
Trust me, Aurora, I leaned very heavily on Mrs. Mustafa's expertise to get all of that done.
Did Ms. Mustafa need a purse? No, too. She probably needed a new purse to go with it. Or just for
She did a lot of shopping on her own. I think she's been hitting the thrift stores. I had to work over the weekend, so I was at the data center from 6 to 6 on Sunday, and she left for church about 3 hours early so she could hit a whole bunch of thrift stores on the way there. She's sneaky like that.
That's good.
When I helped her in with stuff from the trunk of her car, there were a whole bunch of new shopping bags that she didn't have me look at. You didn't have to worry about that stuff, just leave it in the car. I'm like,
Just leave the bags in your card in the car, in your credit card.
Yeah.
Yeah, this tomb is actually kind of like, there's some parts in here where it's like things were obviously recycled from other artwork and stuff like that. Like there's an area where it's basically looks like the Thatter instance, I think.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Was the Barrow of Teradan where there's all the spiders?
Yeah.
That gets reused in it's a 65th level dungeon somewhere, if I remember.
And like this room is, part of the Barrow.
Yeah, this looks like a Barrow dungeon. I actually kind of like that. It was fun to see the design again.
It seems like and this place is actually pretty big, I think. So it's like they kind of glued together a bunch of assets.
Smaller dungeons,
into one larger. Although I guess the Barrow instance is all used to be one instance. It's like farmhouse.
How did I accidentally summon my landscape soldier? Random button mashing, I guess. Oh, do we need to respec? Nope.
I don't think so, no.
Big Ed's okay. For some reason, I logged on, I think it was Galandriel, and she needed to be respec. I didn't think it'd been that long since I'd played her. Maybe it had been.
Yeah, I would say if it was like a minstrel, maybe they haven't been on because they've been reworked. But I don't think they've done anything with champs.
Yeah, that kind of surprised me. She's basically done with Mordor, and I kind of logged in, and I'm like, I could do some Mordor dailies or log back off. I chose to log back off.
Yeah, it's possible he may just not have been on because there was the point when they changed it so like you can't. If you pick one line, you can take the capstone in another line. That was done. Everybody was reached because of that. So it's possible for them. You just haven't logged in. It needs to be taking a bit of a break from that. You have to work on some other characters.
Yeah. I'm gonna give Meat Shield the rest of the night off.
Yeah. I think we want to head down and through the waterfall, I believe is where we're going to head for the overall custom here.
How has your week been?
Good. Been, doing a bit of cleaning to get ahead of the ball for spring and whatnot. Not having to wear a coat going outside is nice today.
Yeah.
Yes, this is what Thatter is. This is like the Thatter layout. And I think the room that we just came in through the waterfall was some other instance, maybe an Epidemic or something like that. Maybe something, what is that? I don't even remember. I don't remember which way it's going. Okay, I think it's up here and to the right.
You're alright.
It's just like where the boss or Thatter would be. There should be, yeah, that's signature duty now.
You've explored the depths of the ancient tomb. Completed exploring the ancient tomb. We did not make it.
I guess we technically didn't have to kill him, but whatever.
The dead should stay dead.
True,
There
true.
is wood in the chest if you would like it. Help yourself.
Yeah, I took it.
Okay.
I think that's it. We just have to like work our way back out from here.
Alright.
Although I guess I technically have a port that goes to Harwick. Like if you wanted to go do inventory stuff and then ride back in. It's up
I
to-
was happy just doing quests. I can just go
Okay.
back out on landscape. If I have anything that's going to fall out of inventory, I don't think I care much. Are you as well equipped for swimsuit season as my niece singer? Other than
yeah.
needing to do some waxing and whatnot?
Hmm. I don't think we need to talk about that.
Okay, fair enough. We can change the subject. Although, in one of the many different twisted ways Mrs. Mustafa secretly tortures me, I have like 2 or 3 different pairs of board shorts, and I can never go to the pool because she keeps like hiding them for some reason.
She doesn't want you to show off the bot or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I think she's afraid somebody's gonna find me irresistible and try to steal me away from her or something, but it's like, I'm always like, where are my swimming trunks? If we're traveling or going somewhere, you know, it's like, yeah, I'll pack my swim trunks. Nope, can't find them.
gives her control. That's what she needs.
Yeah, pretty much. Heaven help me if I ever end up on like heart medication or something. Pills! Where are my pills? I decided you don't need those pills. I kind of envision it as being sort of a Kathy Bates misery situation.
I know you know plenty about that.
She is a fine actress and a handsome woman.
So do you know that I have to work on Sundays, or is there a change in the schedule?
It's once a month. We have to split weekend
Okay.
coverage between 4 of us.
Gotcha.
Turned out to not be too bad last weekend. I had a project I needed to work on, and actual hardware installation was pretty much nil. So I got a whole bunch of logistical work knocked out.
You didn't have to worry about pizza on the race platform.
Yeah, it wasn't, you know, run 84 different fiber connections for some stupid storage array. One of the customers I support, if a file server has 12 Ethernet ports on the back of it, they pretty much decide they need 12 switch connections, whether there's any reason to justify it or not. But it has 12 ports, so we need 12 cable runs. No, you don't need 12 cable runs. But there's 12 ports. So if we have to install their stuff, it ends up being a lot of work for usually no particularly good reason. Ooh, an ambusher. That was 8 of 8 on the ambushers.
Yep. We should be good to head back to the camp now. And if we see any mounted orcs along the way, I think it's a
Targets
daily
of
for it.
opportunity.
Yep. I know there's a warband around here, but it's actually kind of tough. It's like a mounted warband, I think.
We can still murder wolves.
You can murder whatever you want.
I think I got all my pelts, but there's a Slayer deed for them. There we go. We want the dudes. Oh, yeah. I thought you were an Urukai riding a horse. I was like, no, that's not the mounted ones that we want. I'm not a smart man.
Well, I am a dwarf, so I'm kind of a freak of nature.
There we go. Did he growl at us?
Hey, Gore.
Gore checking in. Hey, Gore.
Our mission is dire. Will you aid the Horse Lords?
Oh, and shout outs to Croupium, who was hanging out with us I think Saturday and Sunday while we were playing some SC2. I'd mentioned Gore had been playing with us on Wednesday and Sunday. Shout out to Croupium, shout out to Freelancer. Shout out to Aurora Ember, who's stalwart enough to actually hang out and watch us idiots play. That's much appreciated. Man, look at you just leveling up. '81 with a bullet.
Oh, bam. To call alt. We can head down south. We'll probably run across one along the way.
Okay. Or are we headed to Cliven?
No, there's an orc camp that we're heading to next.
Okay.
You may need to pick up a quest from the camp. You probably didn't talk to the NPC.
No, I think so. A fair bargain?
You should be able to turn that in.
Oh, okay.
Doing the wolf pelts, I think, was the that you had to do for that. Or whatever. One of the two.
I thought I had turned to both in. Obviously, I am wrong. Hello, goofy old lady? Or Lady Gun, my apologies. No, they're both here. Or he's just calling me goofy. Nope, goofy old lady's here. Lady Gun's in the house. Hello to both of you. For that particular game, I use the Logitech, I think it's a C310. This uses the X input protocol that Microsoft created. It's an API that lets you basically just plug in an Xbox controller. And that thing's like $16.99 at Amazon. And Windows recognizes it and maps it just like it would an Xbox controller. There's literally nothing to set up or configure. You just plug it into a USB port and your Windows computer goes, oh, cool. Boop, here you go.
What business have you with the Rohirrim? The
It's
Rohirrim
quite
have
handy.
need of your services.
Ooh, look at me repping up. Talk to the guard captain in the merchant camp.
Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid
Friend
us?
to the Norcrofts. Completed, known to the
Our mission is
Norcrofts.
dire.
Search for the missing trader. He's at the orc camp, I take it.
Down
Will you aid the Horse
south,
Lords?
east.
Then we ride for that place. Hard Hit checking in. Hi, Hard Hit. Aurora Ember says, say the name of it again. It's a Logitech C310. Although I might be wrong about the letter. I think it's C for controller, though. I should probably be following Zinger.
I was just killing the orc on the dude. I don't know if you got.
Okay. Oh, this is the Not Fun War Band.
Yeah, the one I just aggroed. Yep.
Nice.
Try to take across the river. See if they dismounts.
Okay. Well, that's usually the best way to fight them is get them wet.
Yep. Yeah, I got him dismounted.
It upsets the wargs. Alright, I guess we're fighting them. We have
Good job.
defeated Skutog. You have to throw something away. Perfect. Gore got timed out. Poor Gore. Oh, it's an F310. Alright, now we know. You just do a search for Logitech 310 controller, it should pop. We're not riding into the orc camp yet.
Oh yeah, that was one of the things.
But the entrance is on that far side.
Yeah, there's a little dump up on here, but
Oh, okay.
hold on in one. Shh.
We've discovered Kufuzg. What's the matter, Big Ed? My Kufuzg itches really badly.
Shake's head.
Mock me if you want, that's the kind of pain and suffering I hope you never have to endure. Nothing worse than a dry, itchy cuff sug.
Nice charge.
Thanks.
Little parkour.
Yeah. This brings up a good question. I don't know if Big Ed Mustafa even has the Ridge Runner title.
Ooh. I think I usually try to grab them every time. Quest them in there.
Let's check. Search for Ridge. He does not have it. I will not be pursuing that as part of tonight's endeavors. You've discovered a traitor bound to a post. I will free the bound pole so it does not have a sweaty old merchant tied to it anymore. Seems to have backfired, and now he wants to come with us.
I think we're good to head back to the outpost.
I think you're right. We ride for the outpost.
I like what Lady Gunn said, that you don't even consider throwing out the fish in the pack.
No, fish are the most valuable treasure in all of Middle-earth. I will keep them until I make it back to my little cottage and put them away in my fish storage chest.
Yeah, to make that awesome food you can make out of fish.
Yep. Mrs. Mustafa's been on a Japanese food kick lately, so we've been to the new ramen bar once, and I think we got plans to meet friends again this weekend, and we've been to the sushi restaurant twice this week.
Do you guys have any of those places that has like the rotating sushi, you know,
the conveyor belt sushi. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have them. It's in a part of town we don't normally go to. Not because it's a bad part of town. It's just overly trendy.
Oh,
it's a place full of restaurants that are trying a little bit too hard.
Our mission is dire. The Rohirrim
It's
will
like, I don't
need
really
your
care
aid.
if there's a conveyor belt. I just want good sushi.
You're trying to like burn a little calories by trying
Our
to
mission is dire.
beat the conveyor belt. Or just put your mouth right up to the belt and just let the food come to you.
That
Our
would be
mission
okay.
is dire.
But I let Mrs. Mustafa pick up the bill at the sushi place last night, and I think that might have cured her for a while. You would think you can't get good sushi in Omaha, but the truth is you can. But when you fly fresh fish into Omaha, Nebraska, it ends up being rather pricey sushi.
Do you need to sell anything before we head off?
You know, most of the stuff in my inventory isn't stuff I want to sell. You know what I could do? What do I got for a bridle? A 71. I got a couple of 76s in inventory. One light, one heavy. Well, we'll toss the unidentified bridles for now. It's not like I won't be seeing more of those.
If you want to head over to Essengels to do any foraging or whatever you can.
Okay.
Alright, like I said, I have a campsite port, I think, to the Harwick fire.
I got a Faldham pendant. That's super exciting. Yeah, I'm going to sell a couple things, I guess.
We travel swiftly, but we will aid you as best we may.
Don't we go to that rocky area next?
Yes, I believe so. Oh, actually, I think we head to that farmhouse. We have to like do stuff in the basement, like get a key, and then go kill some orcs. And
Is it a loot box weekend or something?
it might be. I was on another character earlier and picked up a couple.
Yeah, they seem to be spilling quite generously. Guardian's belt.
I don't know if it's in any connection with the Moria release on Legendary Service.
We previewed that here for you weeks ago on Adventures After Dark.
This is now the East Rohan preview for, 6 months or however many months. I guess it would be like half a year at least.
That is exactly right. Do we have a mailbox here in camp?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I didn't think so either.
There's Essengills, so it's like up the road to the east just a little bit. You want to run there?
So much loot and so little pack space. I've done as much damage as I can here.
It's really not that far up to the east if you do want to stop at the mailbox.
No, it's not a big deal.
Okay.
Farmhouse?
You got trouble to the west?
Yes, I do. Ooh, or ceviche. How would crappie work for sushi, I wonder? Probably be pretty good. Although that's spelled C-R-A-P-P-I-E. White crappie, black crappie, paper mouths. They have lots of regional nicknames. They are delicious.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
So we head in the house. I think this one's kind of orangey. It might take a while too.
I like Leafbeard. I knew it looked wrong. That's okay. My FIL fishes a lot, so we eat a fair amount of crappie. Oh, your father-in-law is a crappie fisherman.
Americans also eat a lot of crappie. A lot of crappie food.
It's true. And I think white bass should be prevalent where you live, Lady Gun. I don't know if they ever bring home stringers of those, but I've seen fishing shows where guys would go out in Kansas and go to catch white bass and just catch 120 of them in a day. I think the Kansas Game and Fish and Wildlife people are like, yes, please harvest all you can. Thank you.
Did you get a key yet?
I hadn't known to be looking for one. Do I have a key yet?
It doesn't say to find one or to return to Sinsmith.
Yeah, it says to return to him, so I must have a key.
Okay, yeah, I guess we got it.
I have caught and eaten a ton of them. He doesn't really go for that. He goes for crappie and trout. Crappie are delicious and fun to catch. Crappie and bluegill on ultralight gear, that's just really fun. You get an ultralight rod with 4 or 6 pound test on it and you'd think you were trying to land a marlin.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
key has unlocked the basement door.
Oh, did you see I mentioned, I think I guess Sec is having a sale on Steam, and you can get a second bass fishing for like a bit over $1.
Sweet.
If you really cared to have the PC port, I don't know how it runs.
Well, it will not shock you to learn that I actually have the original with the Dreamcast fishing rod controller.
Surprised. I remember you said that before. Yeah.
And Lady Gun says the in-laws went on an Alaskan cruise, so her father-in-law got a fish for halibut. That's super fun. Oh, Aurora Ember says she grew up doing that. One of the many reasons that I love Mrs. Mustafa is we got to go deep-sea fishing on our honeymoon in Mexico. We chartered a private boat for half a day out of Puerto Aventura, and we caught 2 barracuda and a sailfish, and I missed another sailfish. But that was a pretty darn nice day of fishing. And Mrs. Mustafa caught the big barracuda. It was a 5-footer. We have a great picture of her holding it. Well, I think they strung it up and were holding it up, and we got her picture next to it. It was a big fish. Find his son in the basement.
Oh, okay. You may have to come down here and
Yeah, for some
click
reason
on
I
him
missed
if
him.
he's down here. Yeah, I guess it didn't trigger for
My
both of
parents
us.
say that strangers might be dangerous.
There you go.
He's eager to return to his father. We catch a lot of halibut here in Oregon, too.
Will you aid the horse lords? The Rohirrim will need your aid.
Dislodged. Defeat White Hand Scavengers. Defeat White Hand Defilers. And Lingcod. Honeymooning or deep sea fishing? Invaders, scouts. I remember finding the scavengers and defilers was kind of a pain in the tuchus.
Yeah, there's some over here. Yeah. You just have to come like to the rightish area or so, more to the west, on the west side of the farms.
Off the coast in the Pacific. I was referring to the fishing, not touching the other subject. Found a scavenger. Actually, Mrs. Mustafa and I had a very fun honeymoon, and not just for the usual reasons. Besides the deep sea fishing, we took a submarine ride around the coral reefs by Cozumel. We got about 120 feet down. We went to the Mayan ruins at Tulum. They're the only ruins that are right on the coast. If you go to Chichen Itza or some of the other sites, you have to sit in a tour bus and ride 2.5 hours into the jungle. Tulum was quite a bit nicer. What else did we do? There's a water park down there called Chalha, and it's all spring-fed lagoons. It's brackish water, and they've got this park built to where you can literally just step right into the Gulf of Mexico from a dock and go snorkeling. And if you get tired of snorkeling, you just paddle over to a ladder, step out, and walk into an open-air cafe and grab some fresh fruit and an iced tea, and then go back to snorkeling. That was very cool.
Congrats.
Uh-oh. 77.
GG.
Dull gold locket. Just stop, okay? Too cold for that here.
That'll put an item in your pack to use.
Plus, that was clear back when Mrs. Mustafa still liked me, so she let me rub, like, sunscreen on her and stuff. It was special. Marauders. Looks like I need one more scavenger.
Yep.
Invader. One day I will go on a cruise, Lady G. One day. What you need to do is go on a cruise with her in-laws so you can go halibut fishing. Not the least of which reasons is because halibut's delicious.
Oh, head inside the house. That's right near here.
Oh, there's a scavenger on the outside.
Okay, you can kill him. But there's some inside the farmhouse.
Alright, I'm at 6 of 6.
Yep.
Swimming off the coast of Oregon is a wetsuit affair and it's still cold. There would be shrinkage. Oh, thanks everybody.
We can head back. You got that locket, right? That was inside the house.
Yep.
Okay. If you click on that, it starts a quest. I think to talk to the person we're heading back to. Anyways.
Oh, it's probably my overflow. Can you click on something in your overflow? No,
Nah,
it just
I think
it just triggered the quest. It says ask him about the.
Okay.
Oh no, presence of the unusual fish.
It's called a familiar keepsake. That's that quest.
I don't have a locket in my inventory, so. Stupid traveler's loot box.
Maybe
I'm
it's the
sorry,
thing
an awesome traveler's loot box. Everybody go buy keys, please.
Okay, I'll up.
I'd hate to be accused of not being a shill for Standing Stone.
So if you don't have that locket, we can head back to that house and you can pick it up then.
Okay, well I went to pick it up. Maybe it didn't let me.
Yeah, maybe it's a weird thing that doesn't go into overflow. Like you have to have it on, go right to your.
I have dislodged in something fishy active.
Yeah.
There's a third one I'm missing, I take it?
It's from when you click on that locket.
Alright.
In the house road.
I didn't notice a warning that I didn't have any inventory slots available or anything. But let's face it, I'm me. I didn't have any inventory slots available. That's why it's so important that I hang out with Zinger, you guys. He keeps me on track. Now I've picked it up. Now I'm clicking on it. Okay, familiar keepsake.
Okay,
can
we
bounce.
Head back to.
Gravity checking in. Hi, Gravity.
Hey, Grav.
Balviel checking in. Hi, Balviel. You must be very slowly riding away.
Will you aid the horse lords?
We will aid
What
the
business
horse
have you with
lords.
the Rohirrim? What brings you to these lands?
The tower by the stream.
Our success depends upon our strength.
Yep.
Will you aid us?
Those are repeatables, or at least some of them are.
Yeah. No, horse you got.
We ride for the tower.
Now, when you were talking about your honeymoon earlier, is that the same one that? That's not the Disney trip, was it?
No.
The
The Disney trip was about a year
was it?
later. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. The fun at the airport.
Yes. Our trip to Disney World that began disastrously.
Basically, if you lived past that, I think you guys are meant for each other. You're, I guess if you were having trouble finding those defilers or scavengers, you could have actually headed here too.
Oh, yeah. First, it would be annoying to come all the way out here to get them,
Yeah.
and then to come back and be told, oh yeah, you want to go to that tower. It's like, really? Because I've been clearing that tower out for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't realize there was a second farmhouse that was filled with these guys over there, so that's probably where you just headed.
We're in Minas Rant. Speaking of rants, when does the new Star Wars movie come out?
Lol.
If I didn't care, I wouldn't have hated The Force Awakens as much as I did.
I did hear that it sounds like James Caan is back on to direct the third Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh. New deed, Orc Slayer of the Eastman advanced. Down we go. Oops.
That gravity was here. We had to, do a little gravity around.
There you go.
Back to the farmhouse. So how many stacks of punctured shields are you up to?
5 full. 250 plus whatever's in overflow.
Yeah.
I have a feeling I'm going to be able to complete task item turn-ins. I like my chances.
condition is dire.
I must select a reward. Shoulder guards. Negligibly better than the ones I have on. In fact, I don't have the vitality buff, so I will sell those. Talk to the Rohirrim scout looking for assistance. That's the dudes in the rocks.
Yep.
Alright, we ride for the dudes in the rocks.
And it does look like there's a campfire there, so if you need to do some inventory management, we can do that after we get there. Like, I could take you somewhere else and we can come right back here.
Yeah, it's fine.
Live with
The
the
worst thing
struggle.
that's going to happen is some crap I don't need is going to fall out of my overflow. Not
I
all that worried
didn't
about
want
it.
you to miss out of too many of the boxes.
The fish are fines, that's what counts. If I lose some scholar crafting material, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
These lands are not to be traveled lightly.
So what decadent platter of snacks has the missus prepared for you?
Well, not coincidentally, we had leftover beef sukiyaki for dinner after her spending spree at the Japanese restaurant last night. So, still pretty stuffed. I think I do have some Cheez-Its out there, but Mrs. Mustafa is largely ignoring me. So, I think if I want any snacks, I'm on my own.
She's doing the right thing.
Yeah. Got 3 open pack slots and a bunch of crap. Do I collect the crap or let the crap drop away?
It's a moral dilemma.
It is a dilemma. I think we'll roll the dice and see what happens to the crap.
Greetings, friend of the Rohirrim.
Collect hides from
Greetings.
brown bears.
You have a moment. I have need of your assistance.
Where would you like to go hunt bears at, Singer? This way?
To the east, Drux.
Why would she be ignoring me? I don't know. I think she's still mad I made her pay for dinner last night. The sushi place is literally one bay away from a Longhorn Steakhouse, which is not the best steakhouse, but we could have gone and eaten top sirloins and saved $30. So I don't know why she's mad at me. She's just insisted on more Japanese food.
Receiving these horses from this bear.
Yeah. I was just going to say, cue the Rolling Stones song. Wild horses couldn't drag me away.
Alright, we're going to head back.
Oh, did we get our 5? I think we did.
I mean, you can kill more. I guess there's the deed going on. I'm pretty bad at, you know, I don't want to complete deeds like while I'm doing the quests. I just forget about them.
I understand.
You can't all be great like you.
Don't hurt the bears.
Apples.
Your aid is welcome, friend. The Rohirrim are grateful for your aid.
Did they change how quickly it takes for you use an ally experience stone thing? A heritage ring?
I don't know. It's a good question.
I just used a couple and it's like instantaneously. There's no like induction bar or anything.
Well, that would be nice. Frodo Fragan says, not nearly as many people are streaming Moria on the Legendary server as I expected. I actually previewed the edition of Moria months ago here on Lotro Stream. Gave everybody a preview of what it would be like on Anor. So hopefully I didn't ruin it for the rest of the stream team. It was a world premiere exclusive.
And I guess it's possible some people may just be waiting a bit for the initial rush to pass. But you know, a couple people they just said they're gonna hold off. Whether they're streamers or not, I don't know. Okay, Aurora says the rush wasn't as bad as, you know, from what she thought.
I myself very much enjoy Moria. I don't know that that would be true of the majority of the player base. I wonder if there was a fair amount of players who were like, ugh, Moria. Which is a shame, because if you haven't gone through it since they revamped it, it's much better and the quests flow more smoothly. And it's better lit. And I always enjoyed Moria, but the first time I went through there, I spent literally months wandering around lost in the dark. After you get the lay of the land and you can find your way around, it's a cool place to quest.
I agree with that.
I think she's up top on a hill.
Yeah, she's up here, up to the right.
Okay. No ore nodes, though. Tough to find. That's not cool. Anything was crowding on the NPCs on mounts.
Yeah, I can definitely see the rush for the core and wood nodes being a bit crazy.
I was like, how do I want to handle this? And then I was like, oh yeah, I'm a guardian, just wait in and start swinging. And there we go. Hopefully somebody left a sandwich in this backpack.
Not just our copy of Twilight.
Well, that will remain behind. Although I'd like to think that if Mrs. Mustafa ever read or watched a Twilight movie, that she would be on Team Edward. Somehow I suspect otherwise, though. No crafting nodes inside of Moria, huh? No wood, no ore.
I guess at least they have those little crafting instances you can do.
Welcome and well met, my friend. The Rohirrim are grateful for your aid. Your aid is welcome, friend.
Enter the cave. We ride for the cave.
Is this Aladdin? So, are you excited for the live action Aladdin? I'm just as excited as everyone else is.
No, Drakenthorn posted a preview clip for the upcoming Tolkien biopic. That looks like it should be fun. Have you been checking out my Discord channel in the So What Have You Been Watching section? There is a link to the trailer there.
Oh yeah, I saw that trailer, yep. There's swords around to pick up.
What did I do? Accidentally take protection off of you? I'm not a smart man.
Gotta buy me dinner first.
There we go.
have a control. They had a control.
We fixed his little red wagon. Ponton Finberry checking in. Hello, Ponton. Don't be a tool, Zinger. Say hi to Ponton.
No problem.
There you go. They didn't make it. Gipio's checking in. Glad to see the Lotro hamsters have revived for this edition of After Dark. I am excited to be back, Gipio. I missed playing last week. In fact, I was thinking I was going to play a little Ed last week. Just to change things up. Let's murder this dude. Found and defeated Zersnaga, the Uruk. I guess we're ready to return. This place is in Rohan. Zinger and I are working our way through the Norcrofts at the moment.
Up this way. No, I just go up there.
Oh, did I go the wrong way?
Yeah, you just took a left instead of right.
Oh, okay. Oh, since it was already drawn in, I just figured that was the way we came.
Yeah.
I'm not a smart man. We ride for that one dude's camp.
I think it's a followed hand after this.
Welcome, my friend.
What do we got? Light pants, medium helm, a ring of vitality.
Oh, that's right. Never mind. Cliving.
I am going to take the vendor
friend.
bait.
May I have a moment of your time?
We ride for Cliving. Which is okay. I think Cliving's a full-service city.
I don't think they have vendor or vault.
No vault, no auction house?
Yeah, but everything else, I think. We don't want to miss the murder mystery party going on there.
Earning the detective title. Eventually, Netflix will come along and make a documentary about how we framed the wrong person. Making a murderer in the Norcrofts.
Yep.
Will be forever shamed.
Why is there a ring here?
Oh, probably because we killed a warband, maybe?
Oh, that's right. I was wondering why there was a, like, I remember there was a kind of warband that I guess you just have to complete the quest.
Rohirrim have need of your services.
Oh, free experience.
Yep, just for riding through the camp, basically.
Our mission is dire.
It's a good deal. Come, Snookums, we ride for cliving. Snookums is my war steed. I think he was supposed to be called Mr. Snookums, but I couldn't put the word Mr. in front of his name.
You can probably, it's probably just because you can't do a space. I guess you could always just mash them together.
No, I tried that.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. We have discovered cliving. Ooh, I can do task item turn-ins. And free up to 2 whole pack slots.
What business have you with the Rohirrim? The Rohirrim will need your aid. Greetings, friend of the Rohirrim.
Ooh, I can't wait to do the dressage daily. It's the highlight of Rohan for most people.
Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us?
Yeah.
You sound unsure.
It's okay. Riding around Harwick on a hobby horse will make it all better.
It's true. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. I can't screw this up or I'll be proving to the world I'm too dumb to count to 10. 6. 7. My ahs are kind of fading. 8. 9. And 10 glorious task item turn-ins.
Counting.
Not only can I count to 10, but I've got 2 more open pack slots. There is no stopping me. Plus there's a mailbox. Can send some crap off to my jeweler. That sounds okay.
I am surprised they didn't put a vault, at least a vault keeper in this town. 'Cause I don't think any towns in the Norcross are like, full service.
Well, it's basically the capital of the Norcrofts.
Yeah.
Plus, you can buy a Rohirric fishing rod here. It's a pretty important town.
Unless there isn't, I just completely have never gone
Blanking
there.
on it. Yeah, that could be.
Hey, Mary Rose.
Mary Rose checking in. Hello. Next to the Cookie Monster, the Count was a favorite character. I loved his counting. The key to pulling off a good Count imitation is to sound almost berserk with glee while you're counting. 6! 6 task items! And you just get more excited with everyone.
And you really have to like enunciate like the ahs, but like
Yes.
I just put on another heritage room and it did like instantaneously go. I guess maybe with more since more came on legendary servers, maybe they just revamped the induction forum.
That's cool. Or I'll try it with this one. Yep, instantaneous, no delay. I concur.
Cool.
Sorry, now I'm headed to a vendor.
Oh, take your time. Yeah, I had to go to Forge Master on that stuff, so
Okay.
I figured it's a
We
good
travel
time
swiftly.
to do a little inventory.
We will aid you as
Stuff.
best we may.
And I think the first chunk of this town is just going to be like talking to people. There might be a quest that sends you out, but I think a lot of this started out the whole murder thing. Murder they wrote.
Ooh.
Maybe you should bring in Mrs. Mustafa to do this part of the questing for you.
Maybe that's what we should do for vacation. I'll take Mrs. Mustafa to Cabot Cove, Maine.
There you go.
That would have to be some kind of dream come true for her, wouldn't it? And besides being married to me.
Yeah.
Quite a few people were amused about my quote of the day from earlier this week. It's amazing being married to the man who's my every fantasy. Signed, Mrs. Mustafa. If she'd actually read that, she probably would have punched me on camera.
It's never too late.
True enough. And no one would have blamed her. They'd have been like, hit him again. Alright, let's see what the hobbits gave me. Rare Matham armor. Nobody got a chance to enter that in chat before it popped up, so we don't have to give the free car away tonight. My mom would say I loved counting how many cookies I could eat, so it's logical I'd love those characters. You are exactly correct. It's funny how many people count that way when they're counting out loud. Ooh, I missed a Crystal of Remembrance by one click.
Sure, you can spend 40 mithril coins to re-roll that sucker.
Yeah. Sounds like mithril well spent. Legendary needs reforged. It's interesting, that's an old message. I don't actually have a legendary that needs reforged. Rep change, deed complete. Outro points, title awarded, task guide limit reached. Legendary level up. I got 4 pack slots open. I am ready to rock. So who are we supposed to be talking to now?
Just find a ring in the town and talk to that person.
It sounds like a good idea. They love showing you what you just missed.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
Talk to the silversmith. Why is the ring still showing up back here? Because I didn't go far enough.
Our mission is dire.
Examine the file of strange liquid. Small glass vial is filled with a transparent liquid. The indescribable odors, blah 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 blah.
Maybe it's for the best not to let Mrs. Mustafa do this with you. She might pick up a few things.
That's true. Somebody asked me one time if I was afraid to eat her cooking because she would try to get rid of me by poisoning me. And I said, no, I think there's still enough passion in our relationship. She's more likely to just try to stab me in the chest while she looks into my eyes.
What brings you to these lands?
I think poisoning would be too impersonal for her.
Plus, at times she might not even have to intentionally poison you.
That's true.
I hope we will find aid in time.
Talk to the quartermaster. This is where we find the town alchemist dead. Or the old man. Malboro lies wounded on the floor, unmoving. Blood-covered dagger. See, that's how they'll find me. Multiple stab wounds. Bloodied knife laying at my side. Bound and gagged in the trunk of my own car, and they will rule it a suicide.
CSI team won't even bother.
Yep. This is
like,
Mustafa.
he
Do you
probably
have any
deserved
idea why he would have bound and gagged himself before he stabbed himself to death? He was just really depressed.
Our mission is dire.
I think part of him just really wanted to let go. The whole time I had the pillow over his face, he barely protested.
Yeah, that would be nice part.
What brings you to
Other
these
than that, I
lands?
probably like it when I get the reforge option show up. But yeah, every time you level, they
Our
Questioning
success
the
depends
cook.
upon our strength. Will you aid us?
Questioning the guard
Rohirrim will
captain.
need your aid. The Rohirrim have need of your services.
Questioning the neighbor.
Our mission is dire.
You learn that Eldora, the cook's aide, has been acting strangely.
have they been speaking in Spanish? Are they Eldora the Explorer?
Could be. Wonder if I have enough silver pieces to buy my Rohirric fishing rod yet.
I probably should. What, is it 100 or something like that?
Oh, the quartermaster. There's a miscellany quartermaster up by the mead hall.
These lands are not to be traveled lightly.
Well, I've got the Ritter mark, I assume. I have 344. I think it's like 100 or something. Right?
Yeah. Yep, it's 100 silver tokens. I've got 326. There's a return to Snowborn skill that's rep gated.
Yeah, I think all the snowboarding things are. You have to have
Kindred?
the Sucross rep with. I don't know what the level is, but I think it requires Sucross rep, which haven't even gone there yet.
Behold my Rohirric fishing rod. +8 fishing skill.
I think there's water right over there in the town if you want to take it a spin.
There is. My old fishing rod was a basic fishing rod.
Yeah, so the guide skills require acquaintance with Sucross. The actual return is kindred to Sucross.
I thought there was a guard captain over here to talk to. Theodmar. Hello,
Our mission is
Theodmar.
dire.
Believes the dagger belonged to a soldier named Swithorn.
Yeah, and if your name is Olive and you don't craft, there actually is some decent things you can pick up from the barters here. Another like 10 tokens. You know, if your name is Olive and you don't craft.
Why would you not craft? Tonight we fish.
think Potten's going to take care of writing the whole murder mysteries
Nice.
special for Netflix for us.
Ooh, I got a dirty skull. There's already a murder mystery in town. I just fished up another. Interrogative intimidation techniques from Big Ed Mustafa. Fishing pole is a must for questioning suspects. Ooh, I got another carp.
Carp TM.
Ooh, another golden mullet. Not getting any fishing points, but I will eat well. A flounder. It's my 4th game fish in a row. Largemouth bass. Yeah, the bluegill don't stand a chance. Bluegill are good eating hard hit. If you can find big bull bluegill, those are a blast to catch. Got a real good fight to them.
I think I remember that announcer in Psychopath Fishing also having a really like overacting the speech. But I guess it was an arcade game, so it kind of had to do that.
Hey, there's a point of fishing. And another dirty skull.
But is there a point in fishing?
Is there a point?
I knew someone in the chat would yell at me for saying that. And I deserve it.
Hi, Cannablick.
Hey, Kenna.
I think he meant bedtime. And another dirty skull. Okay, I think I've had enough fishing for now.
I'm picking up a lot of skulls.
Yep. I was throwing them back. Hey, the producer's letter from Severlin is out. It's important that you guys read that so you can tell me what it says. I'd read it myself, but I'm not a smart man.
What brings you to these lands? Our mission is dire. I hope we will find aid in time.
Convince Ordwalker to be reasonable.
Welcome and well met, my friend.
So do you guys do anything for the St. Patty's?
No, not really. There's a little bit of Irish in my family, but it's, you know, it's a little bit like New Year's Eve. Kind of amateur hour. We like corned beef and cabbage, though. I don't think Mrs. Mustafa bought any corned beef, though. She went to the Asian market. They don't usually sell it there.
I wouldn't think so. I see you know, it's nice that it's takes place on a Sunday, but you know, the fact that people have work the next day might be tough.
Our mission is
Or
dire.
they just take the day after off.
Yeah, in fact, I think one of my coworkers did.
Especially if it's the nice day and you know people are doing bar crawls or whatever. That's right, I forgot I got to pick somewhere.
Oh, I forgot to talk to the neighbor. That's who I was looking for.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Troubled man who is often with Malbjort. OMG, it's default. Can't wait for the new game to come out.
What business have you with the Rohirrim? Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us?
I'm guessing maybe the one that's not connected to this company and might take quite
And the
another
TV
year.
series, for that matter. Oh, the
Mhm.
proposed
Whatever.
Lord of the Rings based MMO that's not from Standing Stone Games.
Yeah.
That could be
If
a
it is
while.
an MMO, who knows? I don't even know if they've specifically said MMO, but yeah. We shall see.
Yeah. Going from conception to release can be a very long time.
We keep safe these lands. For how long?
Wolfagul has established that he had no possible access to the kitchen. Very few good Lord of the Rings games these days. Well, you know, they've tightened up the licensing a little bit, and you know, the other problem is they haven't had a movie come out in several years. I just don't think it's the top of a lot of people's minds, just from a pop culture standpoint, like it used to be, which is a shame. The hardcore fan base still loves it.
You mean you don't have like an interactive game that shows the romance between a dwarf and an elf?
That would be nice. Leisure Tunic Leoric. You play a haughty, sexy dwarf who has to seduce an elf maiden?
Oh my.
Exactly. That's the guard captain. There's the dude who lost his knife. I think he's on the other side. There, but very little is known, and both companies say different things. We don't know if it's just multiplayer or full MMO.
Our mission is dire.
You just never know. Sometimes you get Fallout 3, and sometimes you get Fallout Tactics.
And sometimes you get that other one that we don't talk about.
Oh, we can talk about it. Ooh, excuse me.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
Alright, I decided to roll with Wig for Gold this time. Whatever he says.
Our mission is dire.
I'm sure I heard the story from Nixium.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
This town's like the exact opposite of Harwick. In Harwick, they kick you out of town. You have to do some quests until you're allowed to come back in. Here, you gotta stay here to do quests until they kick you out.
We're trapped.
Totes.
So here's a fun question for chat. Obviously, Lotro is your favorite Lord of the Rings themed video game. Besides Lotro, what is your favorite Tolkien-based game that you've ever played?
Will you aid the Horse Lords? Will you aid the Horse Lords?
I went out of my way to buy War in the North, and that's quite the enjoyable little romp. It's kind of action-y, arcadey, but it's a good game.
I know I've played one. I forget which one it was called.
I was excited to try Shadows of Mordor, and it turned out to not really be my cup of tea. Not that it's a bad game by any means, it's just not my cup of tea.
Our mission is dire.
Yeah, I shot a Mordor, but I haven't played. And I think I also have the Lego games, but I haven't played them yet either.
Sorry about that, OMG, it's default. Can I post a link? If I'd have saw that, I would have warned you. Battle for Middle-earth, real-time strategy, War of the Ring. As far as the TV series, I'm wondering if Amazon bought rights to the other works, because on their maps they have names that aren't in the Lord of the Rings or Hobbit. Yeah, I think they were planning on doing all original stories. Isn't the TV series supposed to be from like 500 years before the War of the Ring? A buddy of mine has an old Lothar-based game. It's a co-op game. Sauron wins a lot. But it's really fun. First stage, yep. Oh, first stage would be thousands of years before the war. Amazon shows making a second age Middle-earth show. That's why they paid the estate. That makes sense. Perfect. Best game for me was the third age of BFME. Battle for Middle-earth. So, knowing that all three of these people are innocent, Zinger, should I not apprehend somebody? Or should I just go ahead and throw a random person in jail?
Do you want experience or not?
Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us?
I'm going to apprehend Swithorn. Just because. I think the first time I played through, I blocked up Eldora. Just because I didn't know her motive. She had means and opportunity, and the other two did not. So I figured she was the most likely to be possibly guilty.
What brings you to these lands? The Rohirrim will need your
I guess it
aid.
was probably just one of like the I guess, movie-based video games that they made. I think they made like Two Towers, you know,
Tenuliel's
whatnot.
checking in. Hi, Tenuliel.
10.
The question before chat at the moment, Tin, is, of course, Lotro is your favorite Lord of the Rings-based video game of all time. But besides Lotro, what is your favorite non-Lotro Tolkien-based video game? And please continue your thoughts, Singer.
Oh no, I was just saying maybe it was one of the, it might have been War in the North that I played. I don't remember. It was one where you just like, I guess you get to kind of pick between
You
like
have done
three
well.
characters or whatever,
Yep.
and maybe you could swap between the three like while you're playing. I don't remember if you could swap or not.
That's War in the North.
Okay, I guess it was one of them.
Medium armor, light armor, or a ring.
I need your help.
Convince crafters to evacuate their homes. Okay.
I need your help.
Ooh, I just
need
maxed
you
out
to do
all of my
this.
legendaries. I played the PC version of The Hobbit. Battle for Middle-earth, definitely. Everybody seems to like it. Tin, how was dinner? I am jelly. Hobbit movies suck in my opinion. You're old, Tin. Canna Black be nice unless you're talking about Uger. How's your mouth, Canna? Druid's Fire's checking in. She says everyone is old. Druid's Fire says she has pie, however, so she wins. It's an excellent point. She with the most pie rules.
Did you celebrate Pi Day yesterday accordingly?
No, not really. Like I said, we had Japanese food. The Japanese do not eat pie, apparently.
I had myself one of those little tasty cakes.
Nice. That should be a nice jewelry upgrade.
Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us?
Canna Black says she's the same age as me. Women and men age differently, though. I think men age much more quickly. Forget the comedian who said it, but the joke was that have you ever noticed that women are just reaching their sexual peak just as men are discovering that they have a favorite chair? There's some truth in that.
Your aid is welcome, friend.
Thought I saw a ring back here. Here it is, the baker.
What brings you to these lands?
We have set aside food for the refugees. Silversmith, baker, cheesemaker.
Will you aid the horse lords?
It's Tom Brady's wife, Giselle. Anyway, back to Frodo Fragan's comments. The whole problem was that when Tolkien did the novel adaptation of the movies, he didn't follow the movie script closely enough. He kind of screwed up the books. So it confused people who read the books and then watched the movie. Post warnings. Defeat orc archers.
He probably wasn't playing the game either at the time to write the picking up the goat poop into the books.
Our mission
Yeah.
is dire.
I mean, if you're going to write books about a video game and a movie, you really ought to stay faithful. Quit embellishing stuff.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
Back to the mead hall. Did you pick up the 4 Riders quest?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know whether, I know it's like an instance, I don't know whether it's, you can do it as a duo or not.
Yeah, if I get to the instance, I'll go ahead and move on from it.
Yeah, it's not like it's any kind of challenge.
Thank you for your help.
He just sends me back to talk to Burnith. Delarfin's not having any of my nonsense. She refuses to accept that the books screwed up the movie. Hello, Delarfin.
Thank you for your help. What brings you to these lands? The Rohirrim will need your aid.
Okay. We can try the instance, or we can just head out of town.
We can try. Nope. So I guess
Do not
we can
enter this
log
instance
that.
while grouped. Okay. Let's
It's up
go
to you
do
on
other stuff and things.
Should be 4 quests, I guess. Other than that, the 4 ladders.
Yep. You can't ride a heavy war steed through the middle of Cliving?
I was on regular goat since I was just going around town.
Fair enough. Shall we go to the farm first?
Sure.
Talk to the boyfriend? We ride for the boyfriend's house. Edith Eldora checking in. Hello, Edith. Oh, this is a farmer we're supposed to urge
What
to
brings you to
evacuate.
these
Passing
lands?
by, yeah. Just a drive by.
I have a horrible confession to make. I was on Gravity's stream last night, and somebody anonymously gifted Aurora Ember a subscription to Gravity's channel, and then it kind of slowed down. So I gifted one anonymously to Edith Eldora, hoping to get the other person to start gifting more subs for Gravity. Gravity
Nice.
logged off. I was hoping Anonymous would be like, hey, somebody else is gifting subscriptions. They can't get away with that.
What business have you with the Rohirrim? The Rohirrim will need
I was
your aid.
shamelessly trying to drum up support for Gravity 42 because he's my bud. I just feel bad when people support useless streamers like myself or All Up Enya. The farm gate has been secured.
This is the part where you're supposed to like get up on a horse and stuff.
That just sounds like a lot of work. Come back, we want to slay you. Ooh, we defeated the tormentors.
Our mission is dire. Our success depends upon our
Defeat the
strength.
Uruk-hai
You
looters.
aid us.
Collect the stolen valuables. I would have eventually fessed up in stream, but Gravity got hungry and ended things before I thought he would.
I think there's a flag to click on right over here.
What is it?
It's one of those signal flags. It's just because it's all the way over here.
Oh, okay. Since we were right by it, you mean?
Yep.
Fair enough. We've defeated the looter, but he carries no such stolen valuables. Back to the farmhouse.
Mm-hmm.
We ride for the farmhouse.
Oh no.
Something horrible happened here. Which books are we talking about reading?
The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings.
Those are good books.
I heard they made an MMO out of them, so I'll just play that instead.
Moria. Oh, Druid's Fire fished the black pool outside of Moria just for Big Ed. That's a great fishing spot, Druids, and well done. Just put the movies out of your head. Good advice. What would you be doing without the nice version of Zinger helping you out? I would be lost. I love the Lotro trilogy books. I have a difficult time with The Hobbit. I didn't read as a kid, so I utterly loathe the elves and dwarves. I get angry with Bilbo. Be quiet now and not upset Chad anymore. In a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit.
I don't know what you're talking about, Ted. I'm always nice.
Lady Gun says, dang it, Zinger beat me to it. Okay, I'm caught up with chat. Randgar's cloak. Torn and stained with blood. Randgar's spear. Seems to be left on the ground. Bookthorn is asking for a smack upside the head more than once.
Our mission is dire.
Run for your life. Flee.
Oh yeah, and if you see any orc archers along the way,
These lands.
feel free to shoot at them.
Okay.
I believe I think they're mounted. No,
Like this dude.
yeah.
He did not make it. And that dude over there? Nope, that's a flanker.
Otherwise, we can head toward like the various rings on the map, like for the warnings on the crofter, or the little flagpoles.
There's a corruptor. There's another flanker. There's a farmer.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Maybe that's what I should do, since I'm so good at putting everybody to sleep and you guys like soothing voices reading to you. Maybe we'll do an audiobook version of The Hobbit read by Big Ed Mustafa. Hello, I'm Big Ed Mustafa. Welcome to J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit. Once upon a time, there was a hobbit who, hey, Mrs. Mustafa, bring me a Coke Zero. I guess it would kind of break the ambiance.
We'd be asleep by the table of contents.
That's true. I got that fantastic new version of Big Ed Mustafa reading the entire Rings trilogy. Really? How does it end? I have no idea. I can't stay awake. Ooh, I found an archer.
Bob Ross reading it.
Yep. I don't know if Bob Ross could read The Hobbit or The Lord of the Rings, because it would confuse him when the trees weren't happy. What do you mean the trees were angry and they marched on Isengard? That doesn't make any sense. Like it would break his heart. Ooh, I like it when Zinger kills stuff for me. Who's shooting at us? That dude.
The dude who's no longer shooting at us.
That's a corruptor. Tell him the trees had too much energy drinks. Good call, Del.
Forgot I got tracking abilities.
Or I even managed to help with a couple of the archers.
Alright, that should be all the archers. I think we both finished that, right?
I got a warning to post out here. I'll collect this ore first. Be interesting if there was an audio version of Loader with different voices instead of just one. There's dramatizations.
Yeah, if only there were like a group of people who streamed Lotro and, or, you know, Lord of the Rings game and could do that.
I'm going to set quest guide to the last post I need. Apparently it's way off the map. Are you getting extra farmers on the other side of the road?
Yeah, so I think there's one more farmer I have.
Alright, I think I need that too. I'll ride over there. I don't know where it's sending me to go post my last notice, but I think it's a pretty good ride.
Oh yeah, I remember having to do one that was like, it's kind of like just like south of the mead hall outside Cliving.
What business have you with the
It
Rohirrim?
might have been all the bestowed quest I have. Forget.
Okay, I'm 5 for 5 on crofters. Yeah, if I can get my 4th warning posted, I should be good to head back into town. Well, I hate the daily where you're supposed to ride around out here and throw spears. I always had a tough time with the quest mechanics on that.
And it's funny too, since it pops up that like skill bar to do it, even though we obviously don't have the quest.
Yeah.
I think the trick was just to like ride really slowly and hit the one that was like a guarantee hit. So I think it was like the faster you were going, the ones might give more points, but they're less likely to hit or something.
Okay, 4-4. Heading in.
Now they're coming up with a cast for the dramatization of The Hobbit.
With Alabenya as Gandalf.
Will you aid the Horse Lords? Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us?
Jim Carrey is Tom Bombadil.
You have done well. You have done well. Thank you for your help. I need your help.
Can we do this instance?
Only if Sauron gets to be played by like Carrot Top or someone like that.
That would be awesome.
Wrath of the Reef.
Yes.
Yep, looks like we can.
Okay. You're off.
I have taken to the battlefield, hoping to inspire and reassure my people. We
This is
fight
the one where we
together,
get a bunch of
and I
waves at
wish to witness
time.
firsthand your ability in combat. You have done well.
There's Mrs. Mustafa. Hey, sweetie, do you know if we have any more Coke Zero?
Hi, Mrs. Mustafa.
Zinger says hello. Tenuliel says hello.
I think if you pay 20 mithril coins, you can refill your Coke Zero.
Nice. I'll catch her up if she comes back with a Coke Zero. Otherwise, I'm not telling her anybody said hello. I'm kidding. I'm a kidder. She's a saint. I don't deserve it.
Pretty much have that on copy and paste at this point, huh?
Yeah. Mrs. Mustafa, Mrs. Mustang. You've completed patrolling the southern road. There's a script that Token absolutely loathes, but I don't think it ever got further than the script stage. That's good.
Thank you for your help. I need you to do this.
Talk to Ed Wolf. I have to go talk to the girlfriend's father too. Kind of ran past that on my way to meet you at the mead hall. Oh, Big Ed, there was an article in the paper here that a guy got in trouble for cheating in a fishing tournament. Made me think of you. It's a Class A misdemeanor here. As well it should be. Cheating in fishing tournaments is not cool.
What brings you to these lands?
Shall we escort her to the farm? What did they do?
You have
Buy frozen
escorted
fish?
Inhild to the home of Rangar, offering her the chance to have closure regarding the death of the man she once loved.
Our mission is dire.
Be careful when you open this because it fell.
Alright. Don't walk away yet. I have to read all these to you.
Hang on.
Come back.
No.
She's a little owly. And Hild and I have known that we would never be together. We devised a plan to feign my death. For our scheme to work, we would need an outsider to lend help. That outsider was you. Sorry to have deceived you, but it was the only way. We do not wish for it to be this way, but we have no choice. There's one final matter that needs to be dealt with.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Tell my father I met a rich merchant. Traveling now.
Peekaboo.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Oh, I have to pick out a reward again. Let's see what we got. Bracelet. Light armor. Cloak. Nice cloak. That's a tough one. Oh, it's an agility bracelet. That makes it easy. Take the cloak.
Will you aid the Rohirrim? What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Ed, your voice might have cut out on Discord.
Oh, let me check Discord. Yep, looks like it did. And I should be back.
Yep,
What's
good.
up?
All right, Mrs. Mustafa.
Yes.
Let's see the list here. Tanuliel says, hi, Mrs. M. Edith Aldora says, hello, Mrs. M. Gravity 42 says, hello, Mrs. M. Aurora Ember says, hi, Mrs. M. Lady Gun says, hi, Mrs. Mustafa. Mary Rose waves hello to Mrs. Mustafa. Delarfin says, hello, Mrs. Mustafa. Hard Hit says, Mrs. M. Ponton Finberry says, hi, Miss M. Or Ms. M. Goofy Old Lady says, hey, Mrs. M. And apparently Delarfin says, autocorrect wants to call you Mrs. Mustang. Gravity's concerned that you haven't had enough Japanese food.
Oh,
That's why you're owly.
well, we're gonna have it one more time this weekend.
Druid's Fire says, howdy, Mrs. Mustafa. Doug Lendauer says, this is the weirdest match of Rocket League I've ever seen. Hello, Doug. Mustang Sally.
Mustang Sally.
All right.
And hi, Mrs. Mustafa.
And of course, Zinger says, hello, Mrs. Mustafa. He wishes you warm Murder, She Wrote greetings.
Oh, I haven't watched her in a while. I watched Columba this morning.
Do we want to go to the training camp or do the Four Horsemen?
It's up to you. The Four Horsemen is a solo, but it doesn't take too long, I think.
Well, let's knock that out real quick and then we'll move on to the training camp.
Okay.
I think that moves us out of Cliving, doesn't it? The training camp?
We might come back, but yeah, that's basically like near the end.
Okay.
Because we meet the Reeves shield maiden, or his daughter.
I know not why I am disturbed by Reeve Athelwood's hospitality, but I
This
sense
is
that
the
not
instance
all
where we
will
get
be
to
well
learn
for
how
us
stupid
if
the
we
Cliving
remain.
guards are.
This night, we must leave Cliving like thieves else danger takes us unaware.
What brings you to these lands?
Distract the guard. Yes. Did you want me to open this so you could have some?
You don't know me.
I think I know you pretty well.
This is where the 4 riders aspire to be burglars.
They do look very sneaky.
Oh,
Classy.
sorry, that was me burping.
Mrs. Mustafa is belching up her sukiyaki.
No, I was belching up Coke Zero.
Okay.
It's a good thing no one watches this stream.
I think it's
Our
cool.
mission
Yeah,
is
if
dire.
anybody was actually watching, I'd be afraid they would be offended. Lead the riders 4 to the stables. Oh, that's right, they're not the 4 horsemen, they're the riders 4. Am I supposed to distract him? A pile of rocks. Okay, the guard's distracted. Come along, Riders 4. He just says, this bit made me laugh my butt off the first time I did it.
The worst trained guards, the worst trained dogs, and
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Distract the hound. Lead the Riders 4 to the stable.
Gregor Clegane, the hound.
Yep.
Are you cold in here?
No, I'm okay.
Really?
It's funny seeing someone named Ulf the Reaver try to sneak around.
Ponton is off for now. Have fun all. Ponton, thanks for coming by. Have a great weekend, and hopefully we'll see you again at another time.
Good night, Pum.
Should be doing my usual Saturday night thing tomorrow, and Sunday I'll be dueling with Ducky. Stop by my personal and say hi if you get the chance. I think Mrs. Mustafa has a fun-filled non-streaming portion of the weekend planned. We're doing dinner with friends both Saturday and Sunday, is that right? She's either ignoring me or possibly shaking her head yes. Or she's got earphones in and isn't listening at all.
Our mission is dire.
Japanese food and what else?
Actually, she wants to go back to the ramen bar. I always blank on the name.
Jinya.
Kinya. For some reason, I always want to say Yanni. It's like, why are we going to a restaurant named after Linda Evans's boyfriend? Doesn't make any sense. Talk to the Reeve. About the Riders 4. And then we can be off. Hey Zinger, we should follow up.
You have done well.
We got earrings of might and vitality, agility and vitality, vitality and will. Much better than what I've been wearing. Let me hit a merchant and then we can go check out the training camp. My packs are full again.
I'd probably suggest talking to them and not hitting them.
Okay, that is a good suggestion. I'll probably get more favorable buy-sell rates if I don't attack. That's why I like running with Zinger. He's smart. He thinks of everything. Do you realize, Zinger, that in just 2 more hours I should be able to do more task item turn-ins? I am all a-tingle with anticipation.
I bet you are.
Oh,
Travel
yeah.
swiftly. We will aid you as best we may. You have need of our assistance.
Ooh, I got more punctured shields. Jealous? Thought so. We ride for the training camp. Discovered the Rohirrim training grounds.
I do not believe you will find welcome here. I do not understand why we delay here.
Sounds almost as owly as Mrs. Mustafa.
Honorable victory.
Oh no, I only had 10 minutes to kill 5 orcs. Whatever are you gonna do?
One. Two. 3. 4. And 5. We ride for the abandoned mill.
Just in the nick of time, too.
Yeah, I was pretty worried about that clock running out on us. Something
Pretty
following
funny.
us in. Yeah, we got a warg following us in. He did not make it.
There has been prior
Another lesson
count
learned.
impersonation.
There
done
is
the
still
same
much to learn.
yesterday.
Druid's Fire indicated as much. Private encounter, the Shield Maiden's training.
The desire to train against more unpredictable foes has drawn Edis's attention to the bears roaming just beyond the training grounds.
An honorable victory.
We can just ride ahead of her and start pinging the bears down.
Are we not supposed to kill him though?
No, we're supposed to kill him.
Okay.
She just kind of runs around and, you know, would hit them, but we'll do it for her. It's okay. We won't tell Daddy. And then we'll have some melted riders.
Another lesson learned.
Getting exactly the right distance away while on a war steed can be tricky.
Yeah, yeah. And then you kind of just try to inch a little bit forward and you end up like running, you know, 200 meters past.
Thank you for answering Beanie Trix's question. I did not see that in chat. My apologies. Fortunately, Druid's Fire is on the ball as usual. Yes, I am not a developer.
Another lesson learned. Every struggle is a step
In
towards
fact, I think
greatness.
most of the viewers would tell you I'm barely a player. But what I lack in personality, brains, or good looks, I make up for with enthusiasm. Shield, sword. Wheel necklace. 11. 13. Travel now.
Edis has quickly grown to trust you as a mentor. She wishes to discuss with you her aspirations and her fears.
Another lesson learned.
The game would be nothing but eating on camera, tasks, fishing, inventory management, and crafting. Mad Fat Coke $0. It's true. If Big Ed was a developer, we'd have a way better fishing system.
It would take 12 players to fish up a 100-pound salmon.
Mm-hmm.
Another lesson learned.
Sound of combat. Dead Wolf is down.
An honorable victory.
Uruk's at the training grounds.
That's our specialty.
You will die a slow, slow death.
He'll die a quick one. You're welcome to pull the rest of the camp if you want.
You pull it, you tank it, Zinger. Actually, I think he was trying to do me a favor.
Yeah, I was going for all the archers and just let him, you know, hit the continue with the band.
Uruk have
lesson
been
learned.
routed.
Plus, hunters are one of the best 10 tanks in the game, so.
It's true. We're right up there with Blue Line Rune Keepers.
Yep.
An honorable victory. Every struggle is a step towards
Bless you.
greatness.
Yep, that's just Mrs. Mustafa saying hi. Talk to the Reeve. We ride for the Reeve. Why am I suddenly hungry for Imperial margarine?
You want a level 78 heavy bridle?
No.
Right.
Thanks, though. Aurora Ember says, bless you, Mrs. Mustafa.
Thank you.
She thanks you, Aurora. That's her mating call. Mister's in for some fun later. I would be very surprised. She's had a long day and is in a little bit of a mood. And not the mood for love. Although you never can tell for sure. I look a lot like Brad Pitt if the room is completely pitch dark.
You have done well.
It's like we're off to Faldham next.
Then again, you might also look like Gary Busey with the room pitch dark.
Or Steve Buscemi. Stars of stage and screen all. I had to wait for the rest of the steps to draw in. That freaked me out a little. Like, who dug a pit trap right outside the mead hall?
I think there's actually several quests outside on the other side of the road. And there's also some, like, I think outside the camp on the other side of town, maybe. Could be wrong.
Oh, the guard's just west
yeah.
of town. They're all in a tizzy.
Yeah, it may involve doing some, like, Artificer quest, but we can run by them first. Or we could just skip right to Voldemort and go up the road.
Voldemort does sound pretty awesome. Discovered the Western Cliving Watchtower.
Yeah, there we go.
Meh, Brad Pitt. Actually, Mrs. Mustafa is more of a Mel Gibson fan. Leo DiCaprio? Who do I need to look like?
The
Get
Rohirrim
Mrs.
have need of
Mustafa's
your
attention, I
services.
just need to look like a big table full of Japanese food, apparently. Actually, Zinger, I think this is probably a good place for me to call it.
Okay, that's fine.
Today was day 12 of my 12-day work week, so I am a little bit more out of gas than usual for this time on a Friday night. But we made it a full 3 hours. I had a good time. I appreciate you running with me. And,
Do you want me to take you anywhere to, like, do you need a vault keeper or whatever?
Nah, it's no big deal.
Okay.
I don't have anything that could drop that I'm going to care about. No 24-hour stream? Not tonight, Doug. But yeah, hey, I really appreciate everybody who hung out. It's always great to see some of the other Lotro stream team members who were here. Doug Glendower, Druids, Fire, Balville, Gravity 42, of course. Hopefully I'm not missing too many people. But all of the regular friends who hang out, great to see you guys. Hard Hit, Aurora Ember, Tenuliel, Mary Rose, Delarfin, Goofy Old Lady, Edith Eldora. Always fun to hang out. You guys make the weekend fun. You missed Balville. She was here. Oh, Balville's still here. Anybody I didn't mention? New friends that we're just talking to for the first time, which includes Beanie Tricks, who asked the question earlier. And, of course, we've been chatting with Frodo Fraggins, and everyone. It's just great to hang out and relax and wind down after a long week by playing some Lotro and talking to you guys and chatting about Lord of the Rings and different games based on the books and the upcoming Tolkien biopic and lots of fun stuff. So I should be around more this weekend. I hope to see you guys, and if you guys stream at all, I'd love to come by and say hi to you in your chat. So hopefully I'll get a chance to do that with everybody. Just because I'm logging off doesn't mean the party has to stop. We'll take a look and see if there's anyone else streaming Lotro that I can host. And I don't
Looks like
know.
maybe either Maiden or Zonflux, perhaps.
Okay, well, yeah, I definitely owe Zonflux a raid. Middle Earth Maiden is also a terrific streamer, also a stream team member. I normally prefer to host fellow stream team members if I get the opportunity, but Zonflux is a long-standing member of the community and also joined us hanging out with a group of us and playing StarCraft 2 last weekend, and would love to just say hi. So if you want to watch Middle Earth Maiden, she's a great streamer. please feel free to. I'm going to host Zonflux, so we'll just call that dealer's choice, and would not at all discourage anybody from saying hi. Didn't see ya. There you go. So yeah, let's go say hi to Zonflux, and feel free to pop by and say hi to Middle-earth Maiden as well. We're going to raid Zonflux Gaming. And I'm glad he's getting a chance to play some Lotro tonight. So thanks for coming by. I'll see you guys all again soon. And Zinger, thanks again for running with me. I always appreciate the company.
Yep, thank you. Take care, folks.
Hey, let's just stream.